Do you know what a runner is? Do you know why they are illegal in the state of New York? And I'm not talking about jogging and marathons. I'm talking about relating to signing up new cases here in the state of New York. Come join me for a moment as I share with you this incredible story about something that happened to me early on in my career that's going to be eye-opening. Hi, I'm Jerry Oginski. I'm a New York medical malpractice and personal injury trial lawyer practicing law here in the state of New York. So now, this is very early in my career. And I had heard that there were people called runners who would actually go and try and sign people up at a hospital. Now, how did that work? Well, from what I heard, they would actually walk into somebody's room who they thought was involved in a car accident, hand them a business card from an attorney, and say, listen, I know you were just involved in an accident, call this lawyer, he can help you. Now, you don't know who this person is. You don't know who this attorney is. You didn't ask for this attorney. That's known as solicitation. And in New York, that is 100% illegal and not permitted. So now, early on in my career, my boss tells me, listen, there's an attorney in our building who wants to refer a case to us. Please go downstairs and get the information and then call the client. Terrific. I go downstairs and I find that the injured victim is actually sitting in the attorney's office. Terrific. Now it gives me an opportunity to sit down, start asking questions. So now, while I'm in the attorney's office asking this person questions, I notice that they came with someone to the attorney's office. And I didn't think anything of it. They're just sitting there. I thought they just accompanied this person to the office. So now we're having a great chat. I'm learning more about what they believe was done wrong. And I tell them, listen, in order to fully evaluate your particular case, I have to go ahead and get the medical records. Now, for the very first time, the person who accompanied this injured victim pipes up and now tells me, hey, that's not necessary. I said, what do you mean that's not necessary? We have to go through a whole process. They have to sign an authorization. I now have to send it into the hospital. I have to then wait for the medical records department to tell me how much it's going to cost to get copies of the records. And then I have to send in a check to pay for the records. And then I can get the records and begin reviewing them. So this person pipes up and says, hey, that's not necessary. I said, why not? He said, because I have the records here with me. I said, wait a second. You're telling me this happened only a few days ago and you have copies of the records? And you know what he says? I don't have copies. I have the original records. I said, what? You have the original hospital records? I said, who are you? He said, oh, I'm a friend of the injured victim. Yeah. And what's your relation to the hospital? Oh, I work there. You work there? Where do you work? I work in the medical records department. Wait a second. You work in the medical records department of a hospital. You are now in an attorney's office with the original hospital chart in your hand. Something's wrong here. I said, here's what we're going to do. You're going to take your original hospital records, you're going to put them back in your briefcase, you're going to take your injured victim, and you're going to leave this office immediately, because that's exactly what I'm doing. And I turned around, walked out of the office, went back to my boss, and said, listen, there's something really, really wrong with what just happened. I walked out of this office and I began to tell them what happened. And that was clearly an instance where somebody within the hospital was trying to refer a case to an attorney in order to generate some type of fee for themselves. And that in New York is 100% illegal. And you can better be sure, I literally ran out of that office and told my boss, don't ever, ever send me down to that attorney again, because I will never walk into that office. So why do I share this story with you? I share it with you because if you're in the hospital and now you're recuperating as a result of an accident, or you believe a doctor was careless, and somebody comes to you and says, hey, by the way, take this attorney's card, give them a call, when you didn't ask for it, you should know that is 100% improper. And what you should do with that, throw it right in the garbage. You know, I realize you're watching this because you have questions or concerns about your own particular matter. Well, if your matter did happen here in New York and you do have legal questions, what I encourage you to do is pick up the phone and call me. I can answer your legal questions. You know, this is something I do every single day, and I'd love to talk to you. You can reach me at 516-487-8207 or by email at Jerry, G-E-R-R-Y, @oginski-law.com. That's it for today's quick video. I'm Jerry Oginski. Have a great day.